The past year has felt like a real-life version of Livin on a Prayer for legendary guitarist Richie Sambora, full of struggle, resilience, and emotional highs and lows. In early 2025, Richie made a deeply personal decision. He moved into the basement of his mother's home in New Jersey to take care of her after she suffered multiple falls and her health began to decline. But in the middle of that already difficult situation, things took another turn. During a casual game of touch football with neighbours, Richie had an accident. He hit his hand on the curb, resulting in a double fracture. He needed surgery right away, but instead of going straight into treatment, Richie chose to delay it. Why? Because he didn't want to break his commitment to perform at the Unbridled Derby Eve Gala during the Kentucky Derby. He even went on stage against doctors' orders, pushing through the pain, which only made the swelling in his hand worse. After that, Richie spent the entire summer focusing on recovery. Day after day, he worked on rebuilding the strength in his hand. At one point, the medical gear on his fingers made it look like he had a robot hand, according to a close friend. Behind all that determination, though, was a real fear. He genuinely worried he might never play guitar again. Then came another emotional setback. His mother's condition got worse, and as an only child, Richie became her primary caregiver. He stayed in that basement to remain close to her, even though it wasn't ideal for his recovery. On January 11th, his mother, Joan Sambora, passed away at the age of 89. It was a devastating loss for Richie and his daughter, Ava Sambora, whom he shares with actress Heather Locklear. Ava has been one of his biggest sources of support during this incredibly tough time. With everything going on, Richie hasn't even thought about dating or relationships. His focus has been entirely on one thing: healing his hand. Because for a guitarist, that's everything. To recover, he's been working with top medical specialists, including experts who have treated NFL athletes and even the doctor of Carlos Santana. The process hasn't been easy. It's been painful, slow, and at times discouraging. But recently, Richie finally said something he hadn't been able to say before: "I think I can do this." And now there's a big moment ahead. Richie is set to return to the stage for the first time since his injury at the upcoming Unbridled Eve Derby Gala. At the same event, he'll also auction off a replica of a guitar with a wild story. His original was stolen 40 years ago and only recently found its way back to him. But one big question still remains: will he ever return to Bon Jovi? His relationship with Jon Bon Jovi is still complicated. According to insiders, the two are like oil and water, very hard to mix. In fact, it might take nothing short of a miracle for Richie to rejoin the band, as Jon seems completely content with how things are now.